There we are. So welcome to one more session of Learning English through World Events 2. Today is Tuesday, November 16. We are having this class starting 8:30 a.m. and it is expected to finish by 10:40 max. Today, we are having a session that includes listening practice mainly. So first, as usual, we are going to practice with listening exercises. And then we are going to visit symposiums number 7 and 8. This time we're going to watch two symposiums again. We are going to talk about the speaking task. It is not compulsory this week. However, if you want to submit it, that's okay. I can provide you with feedback. However, it's not compulsory. It will not be evaluated this week. So first activity for this week. Remember these guys? Yes, do you remember them? Last week, we started working with them. We watched an episode of this sitcom. It is called Friends. It was very popular in the 90s. And today we are going to continue practicing our listening skills with this sitcom, with one of the very earliest episodes. I think the episode we are going to watch is from season 1. And this series has got about 10 or more seasons, I think. Okay, I'm checking attendance because there are some people who arrived later than usual. That's okay. I'm going to write your names, Catherine, don't worry. And Karina, you are present because I could see you were struggling to join us. You were in time, but your internet did not allow you. Yeah, and probably Catherine was having the same problems. Montserrat, you are also present, so no worries at all. All right, let's go back to this activity, to friends. Look at the questions. Can you group the questions in different sections? What questions are about the same topic? What questions are different? Can you please tell me that? I'm going to type the question again in the chat box for everybody to be able to see it. So, what questions are about the same topic, a topic that is familiar, topics that are similar? What questions are about the same topic? Volunteers? Hi, Valentina, welcome. I will write your name, so don't worry about the attendance, all right? We are just starting with this activity, preparing our listening. And I am asking, please look at the questions 1 to 5. Can you identify what questions are similar in the topic? What questions are the same or very similar?
3 and 4.
I'm sorry, Montserrat, yes?
3 and 4.
Okay, what about that?
It says one of Rachel's friends. Y la otra dice another of Rachel's friends.
Okay, yes, thank you, Montserrat. So number 3 and number 4 are very similar because both questions are about Rachel's friends. How about number 5?
It's the same too.
Yeah, it's the same. Thank you, Lina, as well. She's collaborating in the chat box. So questions 3, 4, and 5 are kind of the same. They all talk about the friends of Rachel, all right? So we can group those questions. So we have to pay attention to the information about the friends of Rachel, about Rachel's friends, right? We have to pay attention. We have to pay attention if one of them sells real estate. Real estate is when you work with houses and apartments or flats with properties. That's a real estate, okay? When you are pregnant, when you are having a baby, when you are engaged to be married, it means you are the bride and you are going to have a wedding. You are going to be maybe some people in white and you are going to have a celebration. Or if the friend works at the zoo. And another of Rachel's friends is a successful businesswoman. Business means you wear probably a jacket, you work in an office, you work with collaborating in maybe with other people. And journalists are the people who make interviews. Maybe she works in a newspaper or in a magazine or at the radio, we don't know, all right? So here we know, very important, pay attention to the information about the friends of Rachel. How about questions 1 and 2? Are they similar? Questions 1 and 2. Volunteers? Okay, maybe I can ask one of you to collaborate. How about Elizabeth? Elizabeth, can you help us here? What do you think about questions 1 and 2? Are they similar? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, why? Why do you think
The
that?
alternative.
Okay, but what is the similarity?
Both have A and B.
That both questions have two alternatives? Is that what you
Yes.
mean? Okay, yes, that is a similarity. Thank you. That is a good similarity. There are two options for both questions. How about the topic? What are the questions about? Are questions 1 and 2 about family, about
About her job.
Okay, Montserrat, can you expand on that?
The two questions talk about her job, or no?
Okay, there is some information that can suggest they are talking about her job. What are the specific words that you say, oh, it's about her job?
Because one says Rachel's money,
Okay, Rachel's
and the
money.
alternative B
Yes.
says her employer.
Okay, good, good. Employer is the person that pays for your work. So yes, it could be about the job. And how about number 2, Montserrat? What tells you it's about our job?
Letter A says waitress.
Okay, yes. Waitress is when you serve the tables. You bring the
Yes.
coffee, you bring the plates, yes. And
The two says because her job doesn't pay a lot of money.
yeah, good. Thank you so much, Montserrat. Yes, the alternative B is telling us about her job. That is not very good job because of the money, not very much money. Yes, these questions, number 1 and 2, are similar. Oh, so sorry about that. Are similar because both of them are about money, about the job maybe. Basically, it's about money. Number 1 is asking who, what person took Rachel's money? All of the money of Rachel. Remember Rachel last week, she didn't have a job. She used to have the credit cards of her father, but she cut them. So now she has a job, but somebody, a person or somebody took the money of Rachel. Who was it? An organization? This is like impuestos internos in Chile, okay? FICA, Federal Insurance Contributions Act. It's similar to the taxes, to SII. Or her employer, her boss. Who was it? And secondly, why? What is the reason that the friends give Rachel a big tip? Do you know this word, tip? This one? Are you familiar with that?
It's when you received a good advice. Ah, tip.
It means two things. Yes. It can be a tip, like give me a tip. Oh yes, it's an advice. Could be. Also, when you give little money for any service, all right? Especially in the United States, people give tip for everything. In here, it's not like that. In here, you expect people to serve you. In the United States, if I go and have coffee, for example, there will be a jar that says tips and people give money, all right? That is very common. If you don't give a tip in the United States, people look at you like, what? What is wrong with you? What is your problem? Why don't you give the tip? In here, it's not so common, all right? So please pay attention to the questions, all right? Pay attention to the questions. I'm going to send you the questions on the chat box. Let me go here. I have the questions aside in the case that it's easier for you to look at them. Give me a second, just a second. Okay. There, it is sending. Can you see the document?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So in the case it's easier for you, you can access the questions in that document. One final advice. We know we identify the topics of the questions, the themes, the information. What is the information about? Yes, we know money and her job and the friends of Rachel, okay? 3 friends. One more thing to identify. Look at the words in color. This is purple. This is green, 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 green. Think about the grammar. What is the difference between purple and green?
Past and present.
Yes, thank you so much. So this is affirmative, no, I'm sorry, interrogative sentence, irregular verb in past, okay? The verb took is the past of take. When you have something, you take, and the past is took. The words in green are for present simple. So we have interrogative sentence, For questions in present simple, we use the auxiliary do or does, depending on the pronoun. We are talking about Rachel's friends. If I convert Rachel's friends to the personal pronoun, what personal pronoun do they represent? They, yes. They goes with do, no S in the verb, that's why I'm using do. If I say one of Rachel's friends, I'm so sorry, there. One of Rachel's friends, look at the verbs, sells, is. Probably the pronoun is he or she. That's why he, she, it, affirmative sentence, present simple, the verb goes with S, sells, okay? Then another of Rachel's friends equals he or she, so the verb goes with S in affirmative sentence, present simple. And finally, another of Rachel's friends equals he or she, so we have is. In the case, we're gonna go with the verb to be. All right, I'm gonna show you now the video. Are you ready to watch the video? Ready? Ready with the questions? Please let me know if you are ready. Okay, thank you so much, Gabriela Elizabeth Montserrat. All right, let me go check on this for you. Remember, 5 questions. Concentrate about the money, who took the money, what person or organization took the money, and why do the friends give a big tip, a lot of money? What is the reason? And then 3 questions about the friends of Rachel, all right? So please let me know you can watch this. Can you watch the screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you so much. Let's go.
You got it.
My first paycheck! The window, there's my name. Hi, me. I remember the day I got my first paycheck. There was a cave-in in one of the mines and 8 people were killed. Wow, you worked in a mine? I worked at a Dairy Queen. Why? Oh, isn't this exciting? I earned this. I wiped tables for it. I steamed milk for it, and it was totally not worth it. Who's FICA? Why's he getting all my money? I mean, what? Chandler, look at that.
Oh, this is not that bad. Oh, you're fine. Yeah, for a first job, you can totally live on this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, great service.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I know. Hockey.
Rachel? Oh, my God! I swear I've seen birds do this on Wild Kingdom. What are you guys doing here?
Well, we were in the city shopping, and your mom said you work here, and it's true.
Look at you in the apron. You look like you're in a play. Gosh, look at you. You are so big. I can't believe it.
I know. I'm a duplex.
So what's going on with you? Well, guess who my dad's making partner in his firm?
And while we're on the subject of news,
Look, I have elbows.
Okay. Let's go back to the questions. It is a good episode. Yeah, I know. Let's go back to the questions. We are not going to answer them yet. Just go back to the questions, analyze them, check if you have your information. If not, identify what information is missing for you. And we are going to watch the video a second time. So remember, who took the money of Rachel? I think I need to share again. Yeah. So who took the money of Rachel, the FICA or her boss, her employer? Okay. Number two, also about Rachel's money. What is the reason? Why do Rachel's friends give her a lot of money, a big tip for the service? Because she's a great waiter, she did provide great service, or because her job doesn't give her a lot of money. She's working in very poor conditions. Then we have 3 more questions about the friends of Rachel, the other friends, the ladies. First, one of Rachel's friends sells real estate. She's selling houses and apartments and offices, or she is expecting a baby. She's pregnant, okay, A or B. Second question about one of Rachel's friends. One of them is engaged to be married, waiting to be a wife, or she works at the zoo with the animals, with the wild animals. And finally, the third friend of Rachel, what about her? She is a successful businesswoman. She works in a firm, she works in an office, probably in a company, or she is a journalist. She works in a radio or newspaper or maybe even television. All right, so check the questions. We are gonna go one more time to watch the video.
Sweet spot.
My first paycheck! In the window, there's my name. Hi, me. I remember the day I got my first paycheck. There was a cave-in in one of the mines and 8 people were killed. Oh, you worked in a mine? I worked at a Dairy Queen mine. Oh, isn't this exciting? I earned this. I wiped tables for it. I steamed milk for it, and it was totally not worth it. Who's FICA? Why's he getting all my money? I mean, what? Chandler, look at that.
Oh, this is not that bad. Oh, you're fine. Yeah, for a first job, you can totally live on this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, great service. Hockey.
Rachel? Oh my
I swear I've seen birds do this on wild camp.
What are you guys doing here?
Well, we were in the city shopping and your mom said you work here and it's true.
Look at you in the apron. You look like you're in a play.
Look at you. You are so big. I can't believe it.
I know. I'm a duplex.
So what's going on with you?
Well, guess who my dad's making partner in his firm?
And while we're on the subject of news,
Look, I have elbows.
Passes it up to Lee. Sweet spot.
Okay, let's Let's go back to the questions again. Please individually answer the questions in a message. You can write 1A or B, 2A or B, 3A or B, 4A or B, 5A or B. Individually, each one of you give me a little text in the chat box giving your answers, and then I will share the correct answers, all right? I will give you a couple of minutes for doing that. By the way, Catherine, Valentina, Francisca, Catherine, Andrea, and Pia, welcome to our class. It's okay, I got your names. You will be present in the attendance, all right? I understand sometimes we have problems with connection. It's okay. We know in virtual scenarios, we have to be a bit flexible, so don't worry.
Miss, no entendí lo que dijo.
Andrea, I'm saying welcome to the class and you are present in the attendance.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay. Good, Lina. Yes, you have them all correct. Congratulations. Everything correct, Lina. I'm still waiting for everybody to provide the answers. We can have a couple of minutes. Good, Daniela. Yes, all of them correct. Montserrat, you are correct. Yes, 5 out of 5. Good. Let's just wait a couple of minutes so everybody has the opportunity to give the answers, all right? Good, Elizabeth. Yes, 5 out of 5 correct. Very good. Okay, I'm still waiting for your answers. Only 4 people have replied and 20 people. We are 20 in the classroom. So 16 more answers are needed. Andrea, Camila, Constanza, Daniela, Elizabeth, Francisca. I think Francisca already replied. No, Francisca hasn't. Karina, Pamela, Pia, Sofia, Valentina, Yakide. I'm waiting for your answers, all right? So we can move on with the class. I'm going to share with you the link of the video. this is what we are going to do. I'm going to share with you the link of the video so you can watch the video again and answer the questions. If you are ready with the questions, what you are going to do is complete the missing questions. Look. So in here, you have the video. You are going to identify the 5 questions, right? A or B, A or B. When you are ready, you are going to complete this, okay? The dialogue. So this is the dialogue, and you have to select one of these questions, all right? Shopping, exciting, paycheck, totally tonight, swear, and elbows, all right? So complete the questions. If you are ready, complete these, these missing words. Voy a volver a repetir las instrucciones. Voy a compartir con todas el link donde está el video para que puedan responder a las 5 preguntas que están en el PowerPoint, ¿ya? Aquí también están estas preguntas, pero aquí hay más. Si alguien quiere responder estas 8, very good, muy bien. Pero si no, estamos revisando las 5 que yo escogí para ustedes. Entonces, si ya terminan de responder esas 5 preguntas, la sugerencia es que vuelvan a ver el video y completen estos diálogos con la palabra que falta, ¿ya? Hay 7 palabras, 7 oraciones del video que ustedes van a ir escuchando y tienen que escoger qué palabra es la que, de las que están acá arriba, cuál es la que corresponde a cada oración. Y la deben escribir ahí y luego hacen clic en ese botón, see how you did, ve cómo lo hiciste y les va a dar los resultados, ¿ok? Vamos a estar haciendo estas 2 actividades unos 10 minutitos, 10 o 15 minutitos más, ¿ya? Volvemos a las 9:25 para revisar los resultados correctos, para revisar también este ejercicio y luego de eso vamos a tener un break, all right? ¿Alguna pregunta, alguna duda con la actividad? Ok, volvemos en 15 minutos para corregir las respuestas correctas. Please let me know if you are ready to continue with our class. Yes, okay, I received many other messages. Very good, very good. All right. Okay, so the correct answers for this activity, I'm gonna share with you the questions again. Let's go back there. So who took all of Rachel's money? It was the FICA. It's like impuestos internos in Chile. So it's her first job. She's just starting to receive the paycheck. And the first time you work, they take a considerable amount of money, right? Why do the friends give her a big tip? Not because she's a great waitress, but because her job doesn't pay a lot of money. So letter B was correct for that one. Number 3, one of Rachel's friends is pregnant. Another of Rachel's friends is engaged because she shows her ring. And the, sorry about that. And the final friend is a successful businesswoman because she says, guess who's making a partner in her father's firm in the company. So she is going to be the partner of her father. Probably the father is the owner of the company because all of the friends of Rachel are very, very rich, right? So you did very well. How about the missing words? How about that? Let's see. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna go to the link again. Here we are. So this is the chapter. This is the quiz, some of the questions. How about the gap fill? Number 1, when Rachel says, look, my first, what is her first? What is the missing word in here? Any volunteers?
Paycheck.
Yes, Constanza, thank you so much. My first paycheck. Yes, her money, her first paycheck. Good, Sophia and Montserrat. Thank you. Number 2, when Rachel says, God, isn't this, what is the missing word in here?
Exciting.
Yes, isn't this exciting? She's so exciting. She is so happy about it, right? With lots of emotion. So that's the word. And Ross, he says, yes, you can totally live on this.
Totally.
Yes, I think there was a problem because that's the missing word. You can totally live on this. Yes. And then he says, oh, by the way, great service. That's not true. They are giving a lot of money because she is not receiving lots of money. So when Ross says, oh, great, by the way, great service, what is the missing word?
Tonight.
Tonight. Yes, Sophia, thank you. Great service tonight. Yeah. Then Monica says, I've seen birds do this on the Wild Kingdom. She says
Sure.
that, yes, I swear, thank you. I swear. So that Monica is saying that because the friends of Rachel are like, ah. So she thinks they look like birds, right? And Wild Kingdom is an amusement park in the United States. It's similar to this park, Buin, like Buinso. It's similar. I mean, this is bigger, far bigger, but it's a joke, right? Monica is telling a joke. Then one of the friends of Rachel, Kiki, she says, well, we were in the city, and your mom said you work here, and it's true. They didn't believe that. They are impressed. Their friend is working as a waitress, right? So what is the word in there?
Shopping.
Shopping. Thank you, Constanza. Yes, we were shopping. They are rich. Remember, they have a lot of money. They don't work. I mean, one of them works as a businesswoman. And so, yes, they were shopping. And finally, Phoebe tells another joke. She says to Monica, hey, look, 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 I
Elbows.
have elbows. Yes. And they, yes, you have elbows, like something totally not to be excited about. So they are mocking the friends of Rachel, right? All right. So that's for the first hour. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. Next week, we will continue with listening practice. We will move on to a different kind of exercise, but we will continue with listening. For now, take your break. We will be back at 9:45. When we come back, we will watch the symposiums. Please remember, we are not evaluating oral response this week. However, we are evaluating your paralinguistic response. Some people will have their cameras on. I will evaluate their face expressions, their movements, and everybody will be evaluated if you use emojis, if you make comments in the chat box. Remember, that is also evaluated. If your camera is not on, if you are not evaluated with your camera on, you are still evaluated to evidence interaction and engagement with the symposium. So everybody has to pay attention, so you can include emojis, you can make comments, all right? So let's take a break, be back at 9:45, and when we come back, we will watch 2 symposiums this morning, all right? Have a good break. I'll see you soon. Then we should be back. Can you please let me know you are all connected and ready to continue with our session today? Yes, thank you so much, Valentina. Thank you very much, Montserrat. All right. Okay. So most of you are here now. We are going to continue with symposiums today. Today, we are having 2 symposiums, but the topic is the same. Both groups are going to talk about Chilean early childhood education. It is a very interesting topic because they are going to share the history of early childhood education in Chile. How was it? What was the origin? How has evolved? How's the early childhood education evolved? And what are some of the main institutions supporting early childhood education in Chile today? So we have 2 symposiums, but both of them talk about the same ideas, all right? Please remember, we are evaluating paralinguistic assessment. You should have your cameras on according to the day and presentation you signed up for. So for the first presentation, Sofia, Andrea, Gabriela, and Catherine Toro, you signed up to be evaluated with your camera on today. I will tell you, okay, please turn on your cameras, all right? And I will be evaluating your gestures, if you are nodding or not, if you are taking notes, if you are making comments, etc. All right? For the second symposium, we are evaluating 2 students for their paralinguistic communication. And they are, three students. So we have Montserrat, Lina, and Daniela Quiroz. For the second presentation, you need to turn on your cameras, right? Remember that you signed up for these days. It was your proposal to be evaluated about these characteristics. Finally, please remember, everybody will be evaluated to evidence if you are contributing to the symposium or not. If you have your camera off, that's okay. If you didn't sign up for today, that's okay. However, I am evaluating if you make comments in the chat box, if you include emojis or reactions on Zoom, right? Because in that way you can evidence, yes, you are listening, you are contributing, you are present in the presentation. So let me share with you how this is going so you can see everything is transparent. Here I am calculating the participation in the symposium, all right? So this is the evaluation when you turn on your camera, all right? All of these students are ready. And today we are going to include Sofia, Andrea, Gabriela, Catherine, Montserrat, Lina, and Daniela in here. This is when you have your camera on. However, as I mentioned, I evaluate if you participate every class with your camera off. You can include a comment in the chat box. You can include an emoji. And I am evaluating this in here. Every time you include a comment, you include an emoji, I will write your name, and in the end, this will contribute. So far, only some people have included their comments, all right? So for this, we will have 2 points by the end. And these 4 points will be part of your final evaluation for the oral presentations. Yes, Pamela, we have a question over there.
Yes, Miss, mire, no sé si se recuerda la clase pasada o antepasada que usted envió el link para inscribirse. Yo me inscribí para el de ahora de mis compañeras de Catherine Toro, Sofía y Gabriela, y no sé por qué no aparezco inscrita en
Okay,
el link que envió.
Pamela, how about if I evaluate you in the second presentation? Because in the first presentation, there are 4 people. That's already too much. I have to pay attention to 4 people. But in the second presentation, there are 3 people. So I can include you in the second presentation. Is that okay?
La verdad, Miss, no me complica el horario. Lo que pasa es que usted sabe que yo trabajo, entonces me complica el horario, por eso me inscribí para la mañana.
But the second presentation is now, in the morning.
Sí, lo que pasa es que ahora, o sea, a las 10:15 más o menos, me tengo que ir. 10:15, 10:20 más o menos.
Okay. Gabriela Yarsun, are you connected?
Yes, Miss. ¿Me puede escuchar bien? Es que
Yes,
tengo mucho
thank
ruido.
you. Can I ask you for a favor? It's just a favor. You can say no, okay? Is it possible that I evaluate you in the second presentation?
Yes, no problem.
Yes, so okay, Gabriela, I will evaluate you in the second presentation with Montserrat, Lynn, and Daniela, and in that way I can evaluate Pamela in the first presentation, okay?
Okay, Miss.
Thank you, Gabriela. Sorry about that. Okay.
No problem.
Okay, Pamela. We are ready. Good to go. Solo para clarificar que no hayan dudas, muy rápidamente, recuerden que cada clase ustedes serán evaluadas con su comunicación paralingüística, incluyendo gestos, que se note que están tomando apuntes, contribuir, incluir mensajes en el chat box, etc. Cada una de ustedes se inscribió con una fecha. Yo estoy evaluando entre 3 a 4 personas por clase, con sus cámaras encendidas. Sin embargo, eso no significa, además ustedes van a ser evaluadas todas las clases por su participación paralingüística. Solamente un día deben tener su cámara encendida, pero todas las otras clases de simposio, ustedes sí son evaluadas para demostrar que están presentes, demostrar que están escuchando, que hay un respeto hacia las presentadoras y que están enganchadas con el tema. ¿Cómo lo demuestro si es que estoy en un ambiente virtual y no puedo tener mi cámara encendida? Puedo usar emojis para reaccionar, pero ojo, porque se nota cuando yo doy un emoji a cada minuto y porque sí, solamente para que se note que estoy participando. Entonces, deben usar los emojis cuando realmente aparece una idea con la que ustedes están de acuerdo, que les gusta, etcétera, y no cuando se está diciendo algo que no tiene mucha relevancia, ¿ya? Puedo hacerlo a través de emojis y también puedo hacerlo a través de comentarios en el chat box. Si se dijo algo en la presentación, ustedes pueden contribuir, sí estoy de acuerdo, pero ¿por qué? Explicando. Si solamente digo sí estoy de acuerdo, en el fondo no dice mucho, ¿ya? Recuerden que este es un curso académico, es un curso de registro formal, un poco más especializado, de nivel intermedio alto. Entonces, solamente decir, sí, me gusta tu idea, o sí, estoy de acuerdo, o no, no estoy de acuerdo, no es suficiente. Tenemos que demostrar que somos especialistas, tenemos que demostrar que estamos utilizando transiciones académicas, que si decimos una opinión la apoyamos con una razón, etcétera. ¿Ya? Entonces todo eso también se evalúa clase a clase y eso yo lo estoy anotando. Cada vez que uno de ustedes incluye un comentario o utiliza un emoji, yo anoto su nombre y al final, cuando terminemos con todos los simposios, se va a considerar si usted participó los días que tenía su cámara encendida o no. ¿Alguna consulta, alguna duda antes de comenzar? Luis. ¿No? Ok. Entonces yo voy a dejar ancladas a las personas que voy a evaluar. Por favor, Sofía, Andrea, Pamela y Catherine, enciendan sus cámaras. Catherine Toro, creo que no está conectada. Ok. All right. Good. Entonces tengo a Andrea, Sofía, Pamela, también está con su cámara encendida. Ahí sí. Ahí sí las puedo ver. Y Catherine no está. Okay, so can you see the presentation?
Yes, miss.
Yes? Okay. So without further ado, we welcome Daniela Sandoval and Catherine Soto. They are going to introduce us with the Chilean early childhood education topic. Let's give them a big welcome and let's go for this symposium.
Good morning to all attendees. Along with Catherine Soto and the speaker Daniela Sandoval, we warmly welcome you to our presentation called Chilean Early Childhood Education. We hope it will be of great benefit to your knowledge of this pedagogy in our country. Next, we present our summary. Beginnings of Chilean early childhood education. Public policies of this educational leader. Entities that support the quality of early childhood education. Characteristics of current early childhood education and training of professionals in the area.
Beginnings of Chilean early childhood education. The history goes back to the Republican's period around 1810 when the first initiatives on early childhood education were cited. This because the rules of the time sought to educate science. Most of the people were illiterate. The prominent Argentine academic Domingo Sarmiento was sent to Europe to learn more about preschool education in that continent, which later developed a report with proposals and regulation to specify the first childhood asylum in our country. However, due to various educational needs within the country, it was not until 1864 that the first infant school was inaugurated by decree of the Ministry of Public Education and Finance with fiscal funds establishment, which was administered by Catholic nuns of the Sister of Charity congregations who also assumed the educational roles of teaching learning of boys and girls. Sometime later, they were supported in their work by teachers training in the first teacher training school for work. After the opening of the private kindergartens of Frobelians influenced both by Americans and Germans, the first children's kindergartens were opened, which were initially subsidized significantly with fiscal funds. Thanks to the leadership of Leopoldina Malushka in her missions to promote early childhood education in Chile, which was reflected in the graduate kindergartens, the state's promised to provide resources and measures to officially begin work at this first educational level. After the beginning of public preschool education between 1906 and 1930, it meant educating 1,000 children in 15 kindergartens across the country.
Public policies of this educational level. Currently, our country has a wide range of political public objectives for its early childhood educational system, where the priorities of child care and early education are balanced and related. The foregoing includes providing child care to support the employment of parents and guardians through quality education for the family in general, helping to possibility enhance social emotional skill, language skill, and literacy, as well as physical and the school development. On the other hand, the governance and management of the Chilean educational system are centralized, and the responsibility for the early childhood education is at the national level, reflecting a single level governance model. However, various national bodies are responsible for other strategic and operational aspects of the system, such as policy and legislation, quality, regulation, compliance, and responsibility, financing, and provision of services. An example, for children from 4 to 3 years, the responsibility is divided into 4 departments: education, health, labor and employment, and social welfare. Legal rights for children and parents provide children with free universal service from birth to 6 years of age. However, early childhood education in Chile is not mandatory, and therefore there are no requirements for a child to enter this educational level. In 2014, a bill was enacted to establish compulsory kindergarten, this being a prerequisite for entering basic education at the age of 6. Entities that support the quality of early childhood education. The Quality Assurance Law number 2529 create a new architecture for the educational system. The Ministry of Education is the governing and coordinating body, implement educational policies, provide technical pedagogical support, develop curriculum, develop learning standards, and indicative performance. The Undersecretariat of Early Childhood Education, it is constituted as the political technical body for the design and management of the sector public policies. The superintendents of early childhood education, for its part, as the observing the technical criteria for the supervision of early childhood education establishments. The quality agency focuses on the evaluation of the educational management processes of the establishment and their supporters. National Board of Kindergarten Unit is a decentralized public service which is a legal personality. It is related to the President of the Republic through the Ministry of Education. Delivers early childhood education, preferably to children between 0 to 4 years old. Integra is a private non-profit institution chaired by the First Lady of the Nation. It receives a contribution from the state through the Ministry of Education. Provide preschool education, preferably to children between 0 to 4 years old.
Characteristic of current early childhood education. In Chile, early childhood has managed to position itself as a fundamental educational level in the generations of learning for life, considered by the General Education Law, LGA, as the first level of the Chilean educational system. Means this the person in charge of offering integral quality education to the boy and girls between 0 and 6 years of age. Its objective is to promote in a systematic and timely manner the development of meaningful learning and experience in age children, as well as empower them to be autonomous citizens and active participants in modern society. Decree number 3154, Ministry of Education 2011, establishes the requirements for official recognitions of educational establishments. Among these it is specified that the educational establishments that provide early childhood educational must be structured in 3 levels. First level, nursery room 0 to 2 years, subdivided into a smaller nursery rooms 0 to 1 years old and larger nursery rooms 1 to 2 years old. Second level, medium level from 2 to 4 years old, subdivided into the lower secondary level 2 to 3 years and higher intermediate level 3 to 4 years. Pure levels, transitions level from 4 to 6 years old, and secondary transitions level kindergartens from 5 to 6 years old, and second transitions level kindergarten from 5 to 6 years old. In addition to this, Chile has a national curricular guide for early childhood education, better known as curricular basis of early childhood education, that promotes a broad and balanced learning program, which includes how to approach the teaching learning of children for their development, personal and emotional, physical development and health development of language and communications, skill, reading and literacy skills, math skills, among others.
Training of professionals in the area. Specialized training in this field began in 1906 with the contract of Leopoldina Malushka, who was a kindergarten teacher, a graduate of the Grass Teacher Training School, and in turn, a music teacher. The first teachers were trained from a theoretical practical perspective based on the Froebelian method at the Normal School of Teacher #1 in Santiago, with its main objective of educating children between 3 and 6 years old. The great change occurred in 1944, the year in which the Preschool Teacher Training School of the University of Chile was created. The importance of the university institution within the teaching development forced the different government and politicians to recognize requests their technical assistance, generating important public initiatives. Among those who highlighted the training of support technicians, as well as various regulations and specific laws.
At present, the training of early childhood educators in Chile is taught in various universities throughout the country consolidate with the training of excellence in the area assigned the corresponding accreditations in requirements for biology careers. This is why various Chilean university entities have chosen to add a mention to this educational career, which allows increasing the labor fields for future educators in training. The most common is the mention in English, which favors learning and cognitive development of preschool children. Next, we will present a video where the importance of learning English in children and the benefits of his for their level is evident. However, the monthly salary of an educator is not congruent with the work carried out daily, given that the average salary early childhood educator in Chile in the 5 years of graduation is 763.9018. Source myfuturo.cl.
Bravo! Good work, you guys.
Finally, we invite you to answer the following question. From your point of view as an reservist early childhood educator, do you think that our career is valued correctly in our country? Why is it growing? Thank you so much for your attention.
All right, I guess we have a wonderful job. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations to Daniela and Catherine. They did wonderful job. They mentioned the origins of early childhood education, some of the current institutions supporting, and also very important, they talked about teacher training, how educators are trained today and what is the reality today in the classrooms of early childhood education, especially in English. So very good job. Daniela and Catherine, I will get to you during the week to provide individual feedback and the results of this evaluation in the symposium, all right? Sophia, Andrea, Pamela, and Pamela, you did wonderful job. Congratulations for you. You did wonderful. Your comments, my God, I feel so impressed and excited. Every time you are evolving more and more, your comments were so thoughtful, not just, yes, I like it, yes, it's nice. No, with very good reasons, very good support. So congratulations to you, pat on your back, all right? If you want, you can turn your cameras off, that's okay. Pamela, if you have to go, please, you can go as well. Have a good day, all right? All right, and for the second presentation, I am going to call Montserrat, Lina, Daniela, and Gabriela to please turn on your cameras. I need to check in here the pins so I can evaluate you. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm pinning you. Give me a second so I can arrange this. Daniela, are you there today? You are signed up to be evaluated with your camera on. Are you there? All right, so now we are going for our second symposium in this morning. Same topic, very similar, but it's not exactly the same information. So pay attention because today, Pia and Andrea are going to provide different information, right? Without further ado, let's welcome these specialists in the Chilean education system, right? Can you please confirm you can watch the YouTube presentation?
Yes,
yes, okay, thank you so much. Daniela, I am reading you, don't worry. We will see for next class maybe, all right? So don't worry, Daniela. I will write you an email so we can agree on a date, okay? Without further ado, let's go for this new presentation.
Good morning, my name is Kelly. Together with Nahara, we will talk about public care policies in Chile.
detects the present legal and institutional situation, policies, and programs of the sector written by Maria Victoria Peralta, mentions that the evolution of preschool education in Chile, as well as how organizations and institutions have been implemented. Benefits for the integral development of children. A quality education where the curricular bases that have the competencies are implemented necessary for the development of children and the protection and attention they obtain from the state for their integral well-being. Early childhood education and care is the educational level that accepts children comprehensively from birth to the moment they enter primary school. Its object is to promote in a systematic, prompt, and pertinent way the integral development and relevant and meaningful learning in preschool children. There are several institutions that help the learning and health development of children, such as UNGI, Integra, Chile Crece Contigo. Improve the quality of service, training and supervision of staff, and improving the quality of educational materials. Even today, there are many changes that are favoring the education of infants. Incorporation of early childhood programs, Chile Grow With You, better conditions for the development of new generations, support the health and growth of the baby to avoid mortality in Chile, and take care of the health of children and a better quality of life vulnerable children. It is about early childhood education. In Chile, its author is Maria Victoria Peralta. The text explains how preschool education has evolved over time, of the institutions that have been implemented to improve education and have control of the health of infants to avoid any type of disease, and that they develop in a comprehensive manner the children. A series of benefits were implemented for early childhood education, many improvements for their proper development. The curricular bases were implemented that have all the necessary skills for the learning of infants. New kindergartens to give opportunity to all children, and supervision and training for preschool educators to measure their ability. It was achieved thanks to the state and President Michelle Bachelet, who put the health and integral well-being of infants as a priority through new projects and benefits. The other relief, the benefits that have been implemented over time in Chile, the well-being and integral development of all infants, offering them the role of early childhood education at this time in the development of children is of fundamental value because the learning that is acquired is mainly through a nurturing affective climate and complements the parenting by establishing the foundation of subsequent behavior, adult and the capacity to think and feel. The benefits for parents and their children of having a kindergarten. Or nursery that can guarantee this experience, can have a social impact in terms of favoring the work performance of parents, but also the impact on the development of emotions and the integral physical and affective development of boys and girls. The general idea of the text is preschool education in Chile. Transition level 4 to 5 years old, transition level 5 to 6 years old, nursery schools 4 to 6 years old. Early childhood education and care is the educational level that assists children on a comprehensive basis from birth to the time they enter elementary school. Not bank are requirements for the late ages. Its objective is to favor systematically, promptly, and pertinently the comprehensive development are relevant and significant learning in preschool, in accordance with the curricular basis determined as provided by this law and give assistance to the family in its replaceable role as the first education. Funding are state-funded centers. The National Board of Nursery Schools is an study in public level funded by the state, whose management is decentralized and is related to the government through the Ministry of Education. It was created in 1870 by law number 17301 as part of an educational reform. The mandate of the institution is to generate, promote, organize, and supervise nursery schools, whether private or public, around the country. Initially, it was created as a managing public entity. In this part,
with representatives of the fields related to early education and care, and will propose, coordinate, and oversee all the police for this field. At present, the County Board mission is to provide quality early childhood and care to children preferably under the age of 4. To rise under condition of social vulnerability in the framework of the Chile Youth Protection System for the early childhood in order to guarantee their personal development with equal opportunity through the creation, promotion, supervision, and certification of the care centers and nursery schools managed directly of like third parties. There are policies for the protection of early childhood. One of them is Chile Girl with You, especially for people who go for medical checkups in public hospitals. Family program. The main assumption of this program is that the family is the leading player in the educational process of children, and that the state plays mainly in their own home. The infant homes become educational spaces since parents or close relatives are the youth integrating process with supplementary help given by early childhood education educators are teaching aids. Communication program. For children not attending formal program because they live in highly dispersed population areas. It was developing radio broadcast supplemented in educational groups for their families and visits to their homes by professionals to support and aid the learning process. Now your chief program. This program trains mothers who live in rural areas and not less than trainers of other mothers to become educators of their own children under the age of 6 at home. The author about early childhood education in Chile tells about a long road that has been traveled to get to give a quality kindergarten education. This has been fully achieved with the help of the government and the Ministry of Education in Chile. Nowadays, it is mandatory to have attended a minimum of kindergarten and kindergarten to be able to enter school. In conclusion, the author of the test shows that there are several programs to help the most vulnerable children, and it seems means for me. All children deserve the same rights, not only vulnerable.
Okay, let's give a round of applause. They did a very good job, Pia and Andrea, especially highlighting all of the side institutions supporting early childhood education. We know about the educational centers, especially, mainly by Junji and Integra, but also there are many governmental programs supporting how children are brought up since the womb, as Montserrat, no, I think it was Gabriela, yes, as Gabriela highlighted, it's very important that the mothers receive support even before the baby is born, right? And also, people who live in rural areas have different needs, and it's very good that there are programs supporting them. Of course, probably they are not 100% perfect. We do not live in a 100% ideal world and system, right? But at least there is something, and probably in time these organizations will continue improving, and that's already a good thing for our society, right? So thank you very much, Pia and Andrea, for your contribution today, and thank you so much, Montserrat, Lina, and Gabriela, for your comments and participation as well. They were very thoughtful, very sensible, so you did a wonderful job as well.
Miss,
Yes?
how do you say that this institution mejorando con el tiempo? ¿Cómo se dice eso?
Improve. They will improve in time. Yes, eso sería como van a mejorar en tiempo. Si yo dijera van a estar mejorando, sería un futuro continuo, sería they will be improving in time. O these institutions will be improving. Algo que quisiera destacar en términos de gramática, la diferencia entre estas dos palabras es muy importante. This is only for one, and these, la pronunciación ya es distinta, es una I muy larguita, these are, eso ya para plural. Y otra pronunciación que quiero destacar, sin decir nombres, muchas de ustedes pueden mejorar la pronunciación de childhood. Es verdad, se escribe childhood, si es que lo leemos tal cual, pero en inglés, olvídense de la I, es A-I, bien abierta, childhood, ¿ok? Entonces, eso sí es algo que mejorar y algo que vengo destacando desde hace varias semanas, la pronunciación de esta palabra que significa desde, since, ¿ok? La I bien marcada, since. Es complicado porque arriba tengo una I y esta se pronuncia I, childhood, y abajo tengo otra I latina y se pronuncia since, ¿ya? Pero son pequeños detallitos que podemos ir mejorando. Gracias, Montserrat, por la pregunta y la aclaración. ¿Alguna otra duda? ¿Alguien que quiera aclarar algo? No? Okay, so I'm going to stop recording for now.